Everyone, welcome back to another great episode of Raihana's Cuisines. Today we're going to be making these potato lollipops, or you can just not put a stick on them and just make them. Now this is perfect because for Ramadan I have been asked to do recipes that is not fried and baked. So you know that these are bateta waras, or an Indian dish that we usually fry it, but I've done it in a aebleskiver maker. So if you want to see how I have done this, let's go ahead and discuss all the ingredients. So for the mixture here, I have about 7 potatoes, and they're pretty small, right? So you'll have to kind of gauge how big or how small potatoes you want to use. We're gonna need about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, about a teaspoon of fresh ginger and garlic, and this is completely optional, but I don't know what it is with ginger and garlic, but I love the taste of it. So I will add it in there, and I'll keep that optional for you guys. As far as our seasonings, I have here 1/4 of a teaspoon of cumin powder, 1/4 of a teaspoon of coriander powder. I have 1/2 teaspoon of mustard seeds, half a teaspoon of Himalayan salt, which is, if you want to use that, that's fine. It's very healthy for you. Then I have here about 3/4 of a teaspoon of lemon pepper to give it that tart flavor. You can use lemon juice if you like. Here I have about 7 to 8 very, very small curry leaves. I have 1/4 of a teaspoon of pizza pepper flakes, red pepper flakes. And then I have a dash of turmeric. Now that also depends. Turmeric depends on how dark you want them or how light you want them. So that's basically up to you. And then here I have fresh coriander that I've chopped up, and I love the taste of coriander in this, all right? We're also going to need some sticks for the lollipops. Now, if I have these really thick ones, and I think they're gonna hold up really, really well. So it's up to you if you wanna use these, but you can use normal toothpicks, and I have some colored toothpicks, and you know I don't use normal stuff. I always go up and beyond. So I have these color sticks and color toothpicks that I want to use. For the dipping, we're going to dip this in a chickpea flour mixture. So that is going to, I have 1 cup of chickpea flour here. I have a teaspoon of my Himalayan salt, teaspoon of lemon pepper, and a tablespoon of parsley flakes. Now parsley flakes is completely optional. I love the color of it that it gives it, so it's up to you. You can add it if you want. If you don't want, that's perfectly fine. Then we have some water here where we're going to be mixing the mixture here to make it into a dipping type of a consistency. So let's get started first with getting our potatoes done. The mixture cook really well. You want to do a taste test and make sure that the taste is up to how you like your taste to be. So if you want to add, at that time you can add more salt, more lemon, more spices, cayenne or whatever you want, or you can even cut up chilies if you want to add that. Now we will be even before we make the balls, we will be also be able to completely take the mixture and smooth it out completely. So right now this is done. So in the meantime, while this is getting cool, let's go ahead and mix the chickpea flour mixture. This mixture is going to have no lumps in it because the way we mixed it. If you did it the other way around, you wouldn't be able to get the lumps out. So in order to get a really clean finish on our lollipops, we have to make sure that we've got a really lump-free mixture. And you can see that I waited on adding the parsley flakes. We'll do that later. But I just want to mix this really, really well. And the consistency should not be very thick and should not be very thin. I'm going to let this sit for about 10 minutes. The consistency will change after that. It'll become a little bit more thicker. And at that time, I will decide if I want to add a bit more water in there or not. So you see how this mixture has cooled down really, really well. It's actually really nice and cold. So I'm just going to massage it just a little bit to make sure that it's really, really nice and smooth. It doesn't have to be. You can still have pieces of potatoes in there if you like. Now I wanted you to also see the consistency of this batter. Remember when we made it, it was so thin, but we let it sit so it thickened up, so which is perfect. So we're gonna be dipping that in there. So now what you wanna do is you just wanna take a little bit and start making them in a round shape, just like that. Just like that, all right? We're gonna keep those, keep on doing those. We're gonna keep that on the side. I have here an aebleskiver maker. This is available on Amazon. I don't remember how much I paid for it. They're under, I think, $25. They're not very expensive at all. And I make my kitumbas in here. If you haven't watched that video, please do so. It has rice and it's ground with coconut milk, and it's super delicious, nice and sweet. All right. So basically, you see how we've got this. I just want to get, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, I have 5 sections in here. So let's quickly make 5 of our balls, and then I'll show you the whole process in doing this. What we're just going to do is we're going to take just a very, very little bit of olive oil, and we're going to put it inside so just it doesn't stick. We just need a little bit. You can use spray if you like, but I would try this method first because I just don't want them to stick on you. We're gonna put them in the chickpea flour batter just like this, coat it completely, and put it in just like that. We're going to let this cook up just a little bit, and then we're gonna turn them. But let me just show you another one. The mixture is perfect. You see how when we take it out, it's perfect. It's not sliding off of the potato balls. Okay. Now I can see the other ones have browned. So now I am going to attempt to turn these just like that. I really like that this color, but it's up to you how you like your color. I'm just gonna come back and add just a little bit on the side here, the oil, and that's so the bottom doesn't stick. I should have put it on top. So for this one, let me show you what you wanna do is you just wanna add a little bit of olive oil right on top. So when we turn it, it's not gonna stick because I can already see one that's about to stick, that one. But all right, and your temperature of this should not be very high so that they can cook up nicely. But this is a good way of omitting frying for this dish. You can also make these and you can fill them up like in a bun or however you like them. These are our favorite in our house. Kids absolutely love them. And once we get a nice brown on all the ends, which I'm just waiting because it's still getting cooked, I don't want to rush it. You might have to turn them just a little bit so that you get it everywhere, you have it cooked nicely. See how you can see that this part is not cooked yet? So then you would just turn it a little bit so it gets cooked. These you can make so many, so these would be good to take to potlucks and stuff. These make you can as much of mashed potatoes or potatoes you want to use. That would be great, and then all you have to do is just make them in this. Now this pan is also available in an electric, and I have seen those. Haven't bought one, thinking of buying one, but we'll see if I get it, and if I do a recipe, I'll let you know. But the electric one is pretty cool too. So they're done in all the sides. Now we're just gonna put a stick on them and start taking these out. I'm gonna use another one here. So I think that the thicker ones are holding up pretty well. We'll double the toothpick up on this one and see how that works. Yep, much better. So we have them all done already. You can choose to put the stick in there or not. It's up to you for the lollipops. Now let's go ahead and cut into it. It's crispy on the outside, and that's why that's happening, and it's really still really warm. So you can choose to dip them in the tamarind chutney. These are really good. The outside has a little bit of a crunch on it. I don't know if you can hear it, but so it's really good. And you know, to tell you honest truth, if I were to make these, I don't think I would miss the fried version of this particular dish. This is super delicious and can be used in so many other things. So thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Raihana's Cuisines. Hope you can join me here next time with another great video. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and hit the notification button so you can get an email every time I upload a video. So feel free to share this on your walls with your friends, with your family. Help me get to 100,000 subscribers. See you then.